I always knew that I never wanted to just stick to that. If I'm here, I wanted to make the most of it. I think I joined even before I was graduated as well, because my goal was to land a job as early as possible and get into the market. I basically got like 4 interviews for the second and the third round, I think combined. I got a lot of first round and discovery call interviews, but sadly they couldn't convert. I was actually doing for the past 1 week, I was not at all sleeping as well, and I was like mentally exhausted to the fullest. And I think the way it turned out, I think the credit goes to you guys like completely. I mean, I feel really good. I mean, I feel really confident now. My mom was like the happiest. Like she literally had like tears in her eyes when I told her. Like she felt proud of me.
Hey Shaurya, how are you doing?
Hi Z, hi Karan. I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Lovely, lovely, great. I'm very good, thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
so much for making time for this conversation, Shaurya. First of all,
yeah.
congratulations on having cracked this role. You've done lots of hard work in the past few months. Witnessed that. We're part of that journey. So tell us a bit about your journey has been, a bit about yourself, really, first of all, to begin with. A quick introduction from your side would be great.
Firstly, I think thank you so much, guys, for like being a part of this journey with me. From the first day onwards, when I decided to join you guys, I think it's been just an amazing experience. So my name is Shaurya. I kind of came to the UK in 2024 as a master's student. I studied marketing over there. Very early on in my like journey in the UK, I understood that how important it is to actually learn a hard skill here, and then only you can navigate like the job market. It's okay even if you are kind of confused or you're feeling you don't know the direction. It's kind of okay to ask for help, and especially from people who are already in this, I would say, in this industry. That gave me a lot of confidence as well when I was like choosing the right kind of help I wanted.
Thank you for sharing your background, Shaurya. And I just
Yeah,
wanted to ask before we go into the details, why did you
yeah.
reach out for help? Were you clear, like, this is how I want to do it? In your mind, everything was clear, or you were struggling to understand?
I understood that the importance of gaining a very hard skill here. I think I joined even before I was graduated as well,
Yeah.
because I my goal was to land a job as early as possible and get into the market. But my focus was always to learn a particular skill and then use that to get into the job market and then just build further on that. I was following a lot of people. I'm someone who likes to do a lot of research as well about
Nice.
stuff and like to read about things before I make a decision. But I think at the same time, I'm a very instinctive person as well, I think. And there was something that really fascinated me about you guys was that it was a very personalized thing. Like even when Karan was sharing about, like I was following him even before I came to the UK as well. So like he kept on sharing stuff on his stories and everywhere. Like it's a very personalized program. It's like it's a bespoke sort of a program. So I think that really connected with me because I feel I do not work well in group structures or group classes or something. I knew this about me. So I think that made me like helped me a lot to make the right decision as well.
How was your experience for the, I think it was 12 weeks or 15 weeks with Z,
Yeah. Yeah.
where you have learned everything from start? Do you want to share a bit about that?
When I joined this course, I just knew about the basics of SEO. I did not know how to actually execute it. Like if I was able to do a conversation about it, but just explain it to people in a very simple way. But when I joined you guys, I think the initial sessions that I had with Z, I think the way you guys have explained it to me, I think even if I'm sleeping, I can explain it like even in my dreams as well, because it's now engraved in my system, like the way you guys have taught me. And the best part was that it was not at all like a lot of theory or bookish knowledge. It was something that was very practical on ground, how you'll actually do it if you have to do it in like present. So I think that was a very, very interesting thing for me. And personally, a lot of times I felt that I was going off track. Like there were times when maybe I wasn't putting in a lot of efforts. I think I would say like mental barriers or something. I was doing my part-time stuff, so I was like involved with that. But you guys have been like pushing me since day one, like always, at times scolding me as well for doing the right thing. And I think that is something that has paid off like really, really well.
Thank you for sharing about your journey with Z on the coaching part. Do you want to share
Yeah.
more about the interviews?
Yeah. So I basically got like 4 interviews for the second and the third round, I think combined. I got a lot of first round and the discovery call interviews, but sadly they couldn't convert. But I think the best part about like preparing for the interviews was that you guys always gave me a perspective from the hiring managers, from their point of view. Because you guys have been in the industry as well, and you guys know how would they function and how would like their mind would function about at that particular moment. And I'm someone who gets like really nervous whenever they're like going for an interview. The way you guys have like backed me up, like at every step, like some of the time I had some of the silliest questions as well, even for the like the smallest of the things, and you guys never made me feel like, oh, he should already know that, he should have already done it himself. And I think you guys were always like on point and always told me the right thing. And I think that's what helped me, especially for Boots, because we were preparing for the presentation, the deck, and it was something that I was actually doing for the past 1 week. I was not at all sleeping as well, and my I was like mentally exhausted to the fullest. And even like, and your inputs that you guys gave me, and I tried my best to incorporate them as much as I can, even though a lot of things will still left, but I tried my best to incorporate it. And I think the way it turned out, I think the credit goes to you guys like completely, because if I was not in touch with you guys, I would have never even imagined, like I wouldn't even have reached the presentation step, because I at that point of time I didn't even know. I thought like there would just be a normal interview and then you're hired or you're not. I did not even know that there's going to be like a presentation task. And the way you guys prepared me for it, like the questions, be it technical or the behavioral questions, that was it for me. And I think that really helped me a lot, gave me a lot of confidence as well.
Thank you, Shaurya, for sharing about your final interview, which has now
Yeah.
converted into an offer. But I wanted
Yeah.
to mention here that it was a lot of effort from your side. We can clearly see, because I do remember you traveled 8 hours single journey for that
Yeah.
interview.
I would say it's not just like a win for me. I think it's a win for all three of us combined. As much as I would like to give credit to myself as well, it's equal for you both as well. Because I think you guys, at times, you guys have put in more efforts than me in like just pushing myself and like motivating me at times. And I think this is a win for all three of us, I would say.
Nice, nice. And how do you feel now?
I mean, I feel really good. I mean, I feel really confident now. And
Nice.
I always felt like I don't want to just be in that position where I'm like slogging myself off for the couple of years. And I'm not undermining anyone, because I've done that stuff myself as well. I worked part times, I worked at
Yeah,
hospitality, I
yeah,
worked everything. I'm not undermining it at all. But you've spent so much money and you've traveled, like you were completely off from your comfort zone and living in a completely different
yeah.
space, spending so much money, staying away from your parents, friends, family, living in like different conditions. And I always knew that I never wanted to just stick to that. If I'm here, I wanted to make the most of it. I wanted to work in the field, something that I've studied, and gain a hard skill and just know how the professional sphere works in the UK and get that experience as well. So that is something I'm really looking forward to as well now.
One more question for you. What is the advice
Yeah.
that you will give to someone who is still on the fence of joining the coaching?
I think the first advice would definitely be start early. Do not overthink about it. The moment it comes to your profile, like your current profile comes to anyone's feed, read about them, research about them. He shares a lot of content, like on his, like which is really, really helpful, and just go for it. Consider it as an investment, because I definitely consider this as an investment. I'm investing in myself. I'm investing in my skills. I'm investing that time. If you're putting in efforts, like even if you're, let's say, working hard for something and you're not able to achieve that, let's say the efforts that you put in, they never go to waste.
Yeah,
You get the result no matter what, and you get what is the best for you.
yeah,
That is something that I always, stick to it, stick to this always.
yeah.
So just start early. Do not overthink. They are the best in it. I'm telling you, like they know what they're doing. They know what they're talking about. They can actually help you. Yeah.
Thank you, Shaurya. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask you, could you please tell us right now your current visa situation and
Yeah.
the overall timeline it took? to get into the job market, and since the time
Right.
you have joined us?
Yeah. So I think it's been almost 7 months now since I joined you guys. I
Yeah,
joined in by the end of July
yeah,
and I graduated in November. The best part about this was I joined in early. So I've still got like 23 months left on my PSW.
okay.
So I feel I've got like enough time to
Mm,
understand this role as well and to like move further ahead.
yeah,
You have to be patient as well. I'm a very result oriented person, but this thing has actually taught me how to be patient, because anything you're investing on, whether it's your skills or your anything you're doing, your knowledge, it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some time, from like, let's say, 6 to 8 months, and it's okay. That's how it works actually. It's not
yeah,
gonna be like you join the course and the next day you're gonna get the interview, and next day and the day after it's gonna get cleared.
yeah,
But I think the best part, I would say, this for me has been this journey, this learning journey. And I've learned so many things from you guys, not just about SEO, but about having the right mindset, about how to conduct yourself in public, how to conduct yourself professionally. And I think that is something I'm never gonna like forget. Like, especially the things that Z has shared. I remember he told me how important it was to not be desperate for the things and be the right person for it, so that it comes to you naturally. Because I would always feel that, oh, I'm going to show them my hunger, I'm going to show them my like deep
mm,
desire to get this job, but it does not work that way. If like you have to conduct yourself in the right way, and that is the only way that you'll get the job. I think that is something that's going to stick with me like forever, especially as long as I'm going to live in the UK, and along with all the other things, thousands of things that you guys have shared with me.
Amazing. How do you maintain confidence in those situations? What would you tell anyone watching this when they go through this journey of upskilling and finding for a new place in the industry for themselves, and
Yeah.
when things don't seem to be as bright as they should initially? How do they maintain their confidence and how they stay composed? What were your tricks?
I think what I learned here was that do not look for motivation. Like,
Mhm.
stop looking for motivation that today I'm going to wake up and I'm like really motivated. I'm going to apply to so many jobs. You have to be consistent, even if you are not feeling good about it. I
Mhm.
think that is something that actually worked for me, because there was a point that, so I had a certain goal that I wanted to get a job before December so that
Mhm.
I can go home, be proud of it, and like tell my parents, like, yes, I have achieved it. Yes, I've done it. I'm back.
Mhm.
But sadly, it couldn't happen at that time.
Mhm.
And I was like really, really disheartened. I was like really demotivated as well. But you guys
Mhm.
like pushed me, motivated me, and I kind of got the zeal back about it. That,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm not gonna look for motivation now. I'm just gonna focus on the work. I'm gonna be consistent. If I have to apply like 3 to 4 jobs every day, I'll try my best to do it. And I think that is something that has actually worked for me.
It's really interesting. And
Mm.
I think, yeah, it's a really good point, because if you just rely on motivation,
Yeah,
you will find it very hard to stay motivated at every single day. So you need to be
right.
consistently motivated. In the long run, that
Yeah,
does mean motivation, right? I think sometimes people
yeah,
misinterpret what motivation feels like. So if you
yeah,
are consistent, it means there is motivation for you to keep going, and
exactly.
that's why you are consistent, right? And I think
Right.
on the first few interviews that did not convert, I
Yeah,
think if you look at the success you had now, the role that you have landed, and the compensation that it came with, you would
yeah,
actually be happy that you did not get those jobs, right?
exactly. Yeah,
So, I think it's an interesting way of looking at things, that sometimes what you don't get is necessarily maybe not something, there's probably something better coming your way, and you don't
exactly.
know.
Yeah,
You're being short-sighted and you want to get whatever is next. So I think in your case, that patience, that journey of building yourself, developing yourself, building your confidence, that has actually added more value over time. I would also say, like, the point around, for example, wrapping up everything by December and doing this India trip.
yeah,
I have a very particular opinion on this. I know Karan might have his own personal perspective, but I always feel like it's, if you try to plan too many things right from the start, and it's not about SEO, it's not about UK, it's just general life. If you
Yeah.
make a plan that is based on that has lots of dependencies, it's
Yeah.
very easy for you to not meet that plan, not be able to
Yeah.
deliver that, and you then ultimately end up being disappointed with yourself and with your journey and with
Yeah.
your process in an unfair way, because no one
Right.
said you could do it in December. Your university
Yeah.
did not say this. We did not say
Yeah.
either. It was
Yeah.
just yourself thinking in your mind,
Yeah.
maybe. So
Pressure. Yeah.
just the pressure
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
And what that means is that even when you are successful, you can just ruin your success by framing it negatively and
Yeah.
saying, oh, if I had I done it in December, it would have been best. But in
Yeah.
reality, there are people who would not be able to do it in February or April or June or next December
Yeah.
either, right? So
Yeah.
it's I think it's a tricky one, but I think really
Yeah.
credit goes to you for A, being bright, being passionate about your journey from the day one since we started working together and exploring you as a person. We've been very open in sharing with you that we think you are, as a human being, you're bright, you are passionate, you have a bright future. And now that we are this side of the journey where you have achieved your first big milestone, we're really happy to see how things have unfolded and how you will take this
Yeah.
further and build a really strong career for yourself and for your loved ones. So really well
Right.
done on that from my side.
I have one more question to ask you. What was your parents'
Yeah.
reaction when you told them that you got the offer?
So I told them like about the offer like very, very late. You guys
Okay.
were the first ones to know it, like before them. So I
Yeah.
only tell them when it's like completely done, when I've like
Yeah.
achieved something. And then my mom was like the happiest. Like she literally had like tears in her eyes when I told her. Like
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
felt proud of me. My dad was
Yeah.
like, cool, yeah, yeah, I always knew it. He had
He kind of played it.
that
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, he had that nonchalant way of be keeping myself grounded as well. Yeah, don't go
Yeah.
too high. It's okay.
Yeah.
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 Focus on your next goals. Yeah. Like the typical dad behavior. But like I know from like he was satisfied, like finally, yeah, he's got it. Because they have literally seen me as well, the kind of person I am, and the
Yeah.
kind of
Definitely.
like pressure I take to do things as well. And I try
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
best, like I try to work hard as much as possible because they were like really, really happy and they felt like their son is going in the
That's
right way.
nice, nice. And I can 100% agree with you that you really worked hard in the interview preparations. We really saw that you are doing your best, and that's why we were able to add value on top of what you have done already. So,
Yeah.
100% agree on that part. And thank you for time. And I think that's all. That's it from our side.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.